Introduction to completing the square. And we got some steps to completing the square. And we're not solving today, we're setting up and we're building towards the eventual solving by completing the square. But today we're going to get through the first steps, which have to do with completing the square and factoring. So step one we're going to look at is that you'll get an expression that looks like ax squared plus bx. And we'll have numbers in for the a and b values. And our goal is to make a square such that we have a plus b quantity squared equals a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And we're going to do that by taking half of the x coefficient or dividing the number in front of the x by 2. So the number that's in this position, we're going to divide by 2. And then we're going to take the square of that number. So let's look at what that would look like. So if I have x squared plus 6x, we're going to take half of the coefficient of x. Well, the coefficient of x is 6, so half of 6 would be 3. And then we're going to square that. So, well, 3 squared would be 9, and add it to our expression. So we're going to add 9. So then I have x squared plus 6x plus 9. And then we're going to look at factoring. Well, this factors as a perfect square trinomial. We have all the conditions for perfect square trinomial, so we're just going to take the square of the first term, the square of the last term, the sign of the middle, and square it. So we have x plus 3 squared. So this is not solving, this is just the first step of completing the square and factoring. And let's take a look at a couple more examples of these. Let's try x squared plus 12x. Well, first thing we're going to look for is half of the coefficient of the x term. What's half of 12? 6. And 6 squared is 36. So I'm going to add 36. And then I'm going to look to factor. Well, I have a perfect square trinomial, so I can factor as the square of the first term, square of the last term, sign of the middle, squared. So I have x plus 6 quantity squared. All right, I think you guys are ready to try one of these on your own. Complete the square and factor. All right, welcome back. So half of 14 is 7. 7 squared is 49, so I'm going to add 49. And then in factored form, that would be x plus 7 quantity squared. All right, you guys try another one. You guys try this one. Try x squared minus 10. All right, welcome back. So hopefully you got half of negative 10 is negative 5. Negative 5 squared is 25. So I'm going to add 25. And then my factored form is going to be x minus 5 squared. Notice how this one is minus because we had a negative middle term. So x minus 5 quantity squared. So what would happen on harder problems on these? Well, sometimes you run into fractions where you'd have to divide by 2 or technically multiply by half is another great way to divide fractions. Or you just have an odd number that doesn't divide evenly. So let's look at this example. We have x squared plus 5x. And I don't want to make these into decimals. The best thing to do on these is just leave them in fraction form. So 5 divided by 2 is just the fraction 5 over 2. And then 5 over 2 could easily be squared. 5 squared is 25. 2 squared is 4. So what I want to add for my square term is 25 over 4. So how do I do that? I just took 5 over 2, divided the middle term by 2. 5 squared was 25. 2 squared was 4. Then when it comes to my factored form, I'm going to take the square of the first term, which is x, and then the square of 25 over 4. Well, the square of 25 is 5. The square of 4 is 2. Sign of the middle is positive. So in my factored form would have x plus 5 over 2 quantity squared. So quick, easy lesson today on getting started with completing the squares. We'll get through the first few steps. And then in the future, we will take these steps and build towards solving by completing the square. But this gets us going with our patterns of completing the square for an introduction. Have a great day. OUT spells out.